Hi, I'm Mark Sewell. Today interviewing the class rep extraordinaire Mark Corcoran on his interests and hobbies and about what makes him tick. Good to have you here, Mark. I know you're a busy man organising karaoke events and all.
I'm not that busy now. It's only once a week I do something, I have a bit of rest besides that.
I'm going to start off. I know you're a hurling player, and I'm just going to ask, who do you play for and whereabouts do you play?
Played for St. Jude's, played with them since I was about 8 or 9. Kind of play all over the pitch, to be honest. I've played full back, I've played full forward, played midfield even at one stage.
So I'm just going to ask you about why you started or why you chose the sport.
Well, my dad was a Kevin's player and he played for Dublin for a few years. It was kind of just always a family thing to play. My sister, who's 4 years older than me, plays camogie at St. Jude's as well. We're just a hurling family, really.
I know it's a very dangerous sport. I'm at the breaking my hand here myself, and I know starting out, some parents can be a bit unsure. Obviously not yours with the background that you have or whatever, but what do you think about sort of danger and fear of injuries and stuff in a game like hurling?
Obviously hurling's an extremely dangerous sport. I broke my leg there about a year ago and I was out for 6 months. I chipped a bone in my leg, and then besides that, like, I've played in goal 2 or 3 years ago and I was always getting knocks. I was always putting my body on the line because that's what you really have to do when you play in goal.
I know I've had a few long-term injuries myself. How tough was it to come back after an injury like 6 months?
Oh yeah, it was extremely difficult because just before that I'd been training 3 or 4 times a week. I was on a Division 1 team. We were like challenging to win the league, and after I broke my leg, it was my last year of minors. Then I went to adult, and when I got to adult, it was more taken easy. It wasn't as extreme, and it took me a long time to be able to get my fitness back. I'm working harder to get back to what I was a year ago.
Yeah, I know it can be very disheartening. And I was just going to ask you there, I know in my club, Nafina, there was a lot of controversy and stuff about dads managing teams, like juvenile teams. We've sort of got rid of it in the last few years, and I was just thinking, what was your take on that?
Well, my dad actually trained my team up to under 16, and he was the senior camogie manager last year, and that was my sister's teams. However, I do get why people would be annoyed if he's playing his son or his daughter in front of other players, but it really just depends on the person. Like, I know my dad, he's dropped me many times, and same with my sister. I remember last year my sister barely got a game because she wasn't training. He'd have no problem telling her, you're not good enough to play. I feel anyway, it's the managers at like a higher level who are taking Dublin minor teams or something, because I know there's a lot of controversy with the Dublin minors this year because the manager was playing his son. It was obvious that there was players on the bench who are way better than him. So it's just really about knowing when a manager is doing the right thing for the team, or if he's doing it just so that he can have his son playing in Crow Park.
And just on sort of management structures and styles, I was just going to ask you, how important do you think a manager is in the development of a young player at juvenile level?
Oh, it's so important. There's a guy, Martin Hayes is his name, and he took the under 8 up to minor level, and that team glued together completely, and he was such a good manager, and that's why Danny Sutcliffe, who's probably one of the best players in the country, that was his manager for all the years. And the Jude's senior team at the moment is made up of mostly that team, just because that manager took them so far and he gave them structure and told them what to do. It's that important to get a group of players at a young age to play together and for like a team bonding, because there's no point of starting playing hurling at under 12s and not being social with the rest of the team.
An experienced player like yourself, and what do you think makes a successful team or a winning team?
I think it's just structure. It's 3 nights a week training, and it's a group of guys who see each other most days. They have to be friendly, they have to go out on the sesh, as my team would say, and a good manager team, and basically getting them together at a young age is also beneficial to making a team so successful.
So you'd say the juvenile stages in a player's career is probably maybe the most important for development?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a place where you learn your basics. So if you don't know your basics, you're never going to develop into a flourished player. But as long as you get your basics and then are encouraged as you grow up to become better and to work harder, you're going to be successful.
Right, and onto a different topic now again. I know you do a lot of drama and you've been very successful in that field, and you play an instrument also. And I was just wondering what you thought the difference was in the development of those sort of skills from a young age as opposed to hurling.
First of all, I definitely was not successful, but I still enjoyed doing it. Compared to hurling, hurling was a team sport. It was kind of a community together to relate to each other, while drama was more something that I could do to help improve one-to-one social skills. So like, I definitely wouldn't be a class rep now as I am if I hadn't done drama, because drama gave me the confidence to be able to speak in public or to be able to talk to people without getting nervous or without looking down or being shy. And then with music also, music is just something that I love to do, and it's like one of them personal things that I can do on my own if I just don't want to talk to anybody. Music is something that I can just relax and play.
Well, thanks very much, Mark. I think it's safe to say we can all say thanks to the very multi-talented Mark and the very humble Mark Corcoran there. Thanks very much.